Okay guys, good afternoon. My topic is entitled I'm Not a Joke. We are part of generations where everyone sees our flaws, where society tend to violate our human right, and where social media control the people. But do you know what is worse than living in this kind of life? It is to be blended by our own insecurities that kill us slowly, insecurities that get more serious every time other people judge us without knowing them who we really are. From this situation, we tend to question our worth. Sometimes this kind of instant will lead us to depressions. But what is depressions? How serious is it? Well, you need to listen further as I explain what depression really is. Depression is a mood disorder that make you feel down or uninterested with anything. But sometimes people misunderstand what they really feel. They tend to ask, I am sad right now. Am I already depressed? To answer this question, sadness is a different from depression. Sadness is just a normal emotions that everyone is capable to feel or experience, while depression is an intense sadness which include the feeling of being helpless, hopeless, and worthless. That that lasts for a couple days, 2 weeks, and keep you suffer. Common questions people ask is how does depression develop? There are factors that can lead to depression. Let, let me elaborate some. First is abuse or individual experience physical, emotional, or sexual abuse. Next is if an individual takes medications such as drugs that can increase risk of depressions in one system. Another is death or loss of loved ones. It's also be genetics. Depression is known worldwide as common illness because there are more than 264 million people affected. It is a mental illness which lead to suicide according to World Health Organization. There are close to 800,000 people who suffering from depressions. Choose to kill themselves. Suicide due to depressions is the second leading cause of death of the people aged to 15 to 29 years old. Living is a journey. It is either we will survive or we will die. We may face problems that will make us feel worthless, but what important is that after solving it, our value increase, our faith becomes stronger, and we found peace within ourselves. What is my point in writing this speech? I just want to encourage everyone, especially youth experiencing depressions, to keep living, keep dreaming, and keep holding on. I know it's been years since these words were addressed, but I want to say it again. Depression is not a joke. But do you know what's more important than knowing it? It is to take actions. Again, we must take an action. Upon saying these words, I want you to disseminate this information to help others. Say it with me. We must take an actions. Keep dreaming and push yourself to become a stronger woman or man. Keep that in your mind. Thank you, everyone.
Okay guys, my topic is all about why many people are corrupt. Good afternoon to all of you. I will pay my attention to the one of the significant issues in society, namely corruption. Corruption refers to a type of crime or infidelity. It refers to an individual or a group that commits evil in our country. Political corruption in our country is the worst of all, cause the number of corrupt people is increasing because they are dazzled with the value of money. Thus, corruption often results in the loss of the weaker section of society or organization. To stop these events, people must be more educated in the world of politics so that they can be aware and stop the spread of corruption in the Philippines. We must stop all corruption that is happening within the Philippines. We must fight all the corrupt Filipinos, whether they are politicians or just our countrymen. For Filipinos, these are values that must be made real, like stopping the spread of government corruption. The government cannot function without the people, and on the contrary, it is a relationship that should work the same way, and two parties meeting halfway or reaching an understanding because it is impossible to stop corruption alone. And through this, we became more aware of corruption among our government officials, and the public can help the government by reporting to them and showing disapproval or avoiding corrupt politicians outside in government.
Good morning. I am Rea Laurice Caberto, your speaker. Some of us, or all of us, know the value of giving. But what if we are the one who needs help? Is there anyone who will help us? We used to help everyone when they badly need us. We used to do anything just to help them. Why? Why do we need to beg? Beg for help? Beg for anyone who stay? Beg for love. Why do we need to beg someone to make us feel comfortable? Just like we always do when they need us. Is it true? Life is so unfair. But it's okay to help everyone. It's okay to help without waiting a reward or a replacement. The value of giving is always in our heart. It is a part of our human being. But there is one thing that is more important. We should be wise. We should be wiser in everything. Because no one will stay but ourselves. We should always remember that only us can help ourselves. We should not depend in anyone because no one will stay. Everyone can be part of your life, but you should be wiser. Thank you.
Rise in the world, full of radiance, and see awaken the flash of lights. Open your eyes and see the breathtaking truth behind reality. Nowadays, we experience struggles and are bombarded with negativity. We are surrounded by pessimistic society, communities full of gossips that bring us down. News we heard about that do not suffice the welfare of the country. And the problems it continues to create, and the routine justice system that our country has is slowly eating the true meaning of equality. In reality, money plays a big part in each of everyone's life. It it is usually refers to commodity in exchange for which product and services are consumed or sold. However, we cannot deny the fact that money also play a big part in one's country. Justice system that's supposed to have equal treatment on nation for both rich poor people. But today, access to justice is based on how much person can pay. People who are poor are systematically treated worse than the wealthy people, without financial means remain in jail prior to trial because they can't afford bail, resulting in a higher convict rate. Individuals who can't afford the pay of court then have their licenses suspended, sending them into a insatiable cycle of employment and hardship. Their counterproductive policies result in an endless cycle at poverty.
Some people are suffering from stress nowadays and before. The beginning of technology and social media affects their emotional and physical health. Now, I'm searching for some ways to prevent and control and manage their stress. If you are living in a high level of stress, you are putting your mental well-being at risk. Stress, distraction on your emotional balance as well as your physical health. While it may seem like there's no other you can do about being stressed at work and home, so now there are steps you can take to relieve pressure and regain control of your stress. Number one is identify the sources of stress in your life. Find your stress. Find your sources of stress. This isn't as straightforward as it sounds. Look closely at your habits, attitude, and excuses. Number two tips is practice the 4 A's of stress management, which are avoid, alter, adapt, and accept. Avoid means learn how to say no. Alter, avoid people who stress you out. Adapt is adapt the stressor, or if you can adapt the stressor, you can change yourself. That's what your choice. Accept is accept the things that you can change. You don't have to change yourself if you are contented to yourself. Number three is get moving, move on. Get yourself. Cheer up yourself, as what I said before. 4 is connect to others. You have to connect to your friends, to your work, to your colleagues, for you to control your stress, for you to manage your stress. Number 5 is make a relaxation and be fun. Take some deep breath, take some exercise, and be fun. Effective stress management helps you and us to break hold stress as on your life, so you can be happier, healthier, and more productive. The ultimate goal is balanced life with time for work, relationship, relaxation, and be fun and become resilient. To hold up under pressure and meet challenges, hold on. But the fastest way to reduce stress is by taking a deep breath and using your senses, and be happy, be contented to yourself, cheer up yourself. So that's how you beating stress is better than what you think. So I am Abigail Bitangcor. So that it's all, and I thank you.
COVID-19. The coronavirus is an infectious disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. This new virus and disease were unknown before the outbreak began in Wuhan, China, December 2014. Department of Health reported the first case of COVID-19 in the country with 38 years old female Chinese national, and first local transmission of COVID-19 was confirmed. Philippines struggles starts with the confirmation from World Health Organization the government started to implement social distancing, wearing of face mask, and not also even the employee are affected. COVID-19 has caused direct impact on economy due to premature deaths, place work, absenteeism, and reduction in productivity, and has created a negative shock in supply, with manufacturing productive activity slowing down due to global supply chain disruption and closures of factories. COVID-19 also have a significant impact on the technology sector, affecting raw materials supply, disrupting the electronic value chain, and causing an inflationary risk on product. COVID-19 pandemic is affecting every of human life, including the physical world. The pandemic situation significantly improved air quality in different cities across the world, reduced GHG greenhouse gas emission, and lessens water pollution and noise, and reduce the pressures on the tourist destination, which may assist with restoration of the technological system. In addition, there are also some negative sequences of COVID-19, such increase of medical waste, haphazard use and disposal of disinfectant masks and gloves, and burden of untreated waste, continuously endangering the environment. And for the culture institution, archaeological site and heritage site have report of increased insecurity for cultural property and site around the world. Also has impact even in international relations and affected the political system in multiple countries, causing suspension and rescheduling the collection due to fear of spreading the virus.
Do you know someone who's suicidal? The tragic thing is that many of those who consider suicide don't really want to die, they just don't know how to deal with the pain they are experiencing. If you'd ever been suicidal or know someone that has, you'd know that without help, escaping the feeling of waiting to end it all is difficult. Suicide doesn't end the chances of life getting worse. It eliminates the possibility of ever getting any better. Those who are deeply depressed and considering suicide usually have difficulty realizing that their life can get better. If you choose suicide, then you are eliminating future, hope, and those possibility of finding happiness and enjoyment. Never, never, never give up. Some people with depression may have been fighting against the illness and suicidal tendencies for many months or years. Many of these people don't actually want to stop living, but they cannot see a way through their despair. Indeed, the act of suicide is often associated with giving up on life. Place your hand and over your heart. Can you feel it? That is called purpose. You are living for a reason, so don't ever give up. Sometimes suicidal people want to die simply because they believe they have no reason to continue living. It may sound simple, but the fact that you are alive and your heart is still beating and pumping blood around your body can be a reason enough to keep living. Many depressed people are struggling because they are unhappy with their life and work and cannot find a specific life purpose. But in reality, you don't need a purpose or reason for being alive. However, if you are alive, you still have the opportunity to do whatever you want in life. Although you may not have awakened to a specific life mission yet, while your heart is still beating, you have time to explore what your life purpose could be and find happiness. I believe in the power of words. I believe that in dark moments, the words of other can help us. Remember, this moment don't last. That better days are ahead. You may not understand today or tomorrow, but eventually God will. Reveal why you went through everything you did. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and love more than you'd ever know.
Hi, I'm here to talk to you the importance of praise, admiration, and thank you, and having it be specific and genuine. And the way I got interested in this was I noticed myself when I was growing up, and until about a few years ago, that I would want to say thank you to someone. I would want to praise them. I would want to take in their praise of me, and I just stop it. And I asked myself, why? I felt shy. I felt embraced, and then my question became, am I the only one who does this? So I decided to investigate, and I'm fortunate enough to work in the rehab facility. So I get to see people who are facing life and death with addiction, and sometimes it comes down to something as simple as their core wound is their father died without ever saying he's proud of them. But then, they hear from all the family and friends that our father told everybody else that he was proud of him. But he never told the son. It's because he didn't know that his son needed to hear it. So let's make it right in our own backyard. And I want to thank all of you in the audience for being great. Great husbands, great mothers, great friends, great daughters, and great sons. And maybe somebody's never said that to you. But you've done really good job. And thank you for being here, just showing up and changing the world with your ideas. Thank you.